Good evening, wandering beekeeper. How you doing? It is a lovely evening here in the Pacific Northwest. Content warning, I am inappropriate for all audiences. I live in a legal state. I may talk about weed. I'm probably going to. I'm an old queer man with 3 queer kids, 2 of whom are trans, and I will talk about our lived experience. And I will talk about, well, I'm 62. I'm going to talk about whatever the hell pops into my head, and I'm probably going to cuss about it in the process. I could have stopped at inappropriate for all audiences, but people always want details, so yeah, there it is. Speaking of which, while we're doing the happy logo music and so forth and waiting for enough game to be there to switch to the game screen, let me give a shout out to 50-Fold. 50-Fold is a grower in the Spokane Valley of Washington. They have crossed Bay Dream with Beach Wedding and produced Dream Wedding, which has made my weekend much more enjoyable. Hopefully it'll make your evening with me a little more enjoyable, as well as it's produced a wonderfully chill vibe. We are... There we go. In Roots of Pacha, in the latest 1.3.0 sub 5 release, got the iron content, got all the expanded goodies and new romanceable characters and everything, and let's just, why don't I shut up about it and play the game? Because it'll become obvious in context. I mean, this is Season 2, and we're well into it. Either you know what Roots of Pacha is and you're following along, or you're not, and if not, yeah, it's not that hard to jump on. It's pretty obvious what's going on. Always start the morning by petting the bun. Okay, I got some quinoa cake. That's good. And I'm going to release animals to the wild, or I can send them to Grob to get meat. I have a pyramid achievement waiting. I did say... Okay, let's just zip through here, getting the hellos to everybody. And... Oh. Wild boar, camouflage boar. Options, rename. No. There we go. Piggeroony. Okay, so Piggeroony now has a name. Because I could. And I have a field to tend. Okay, let's start with harvest here. Looks like I got Teff coming up here. Oh, yes. Plant knowledge has increased to 2. I am very happy about that. Teff is a grain. I'm going to drop sunflowers in because they're handy. Teff is a grain that we actually got through trade with another region, and at some point we will be able to go to that region. It grows well here, which is handy. As it gives us yet another cereal grain we can grow. Always a good thing. Gives us more variety in our diet. as having that ingredient will open up some recipes that you just can't make with other stuff. Injera comes to mind. I have made injera. Ethiopian sardo flatbread. It's open fermented. It's interesting stuff. It's a bit of an acquired taste. Let's see. Okay, go clear out veg. And then I have a pyramid achievement. I'm going to talk to people, but I got to clear out first. I got 3 wild teff. I got a good quality tomato and a good quality ostrich egg. Excellent. Okay, we'll talk to whoever's here briefly. And then move on. Talk to Crawl. Talk to Dilrod. And let's go raise the pyramid. We have... Oh, look. I have pineapple. I have new seeds. I am excited. And I have... What have I got? I've got this one. Keeper of Seeds. They found many plants for their fields. I have gathered 20 seeds. We've discovered the plant nursery. That's Igrork's work. Let's give credit where credit is due. Igrork developed the nursery. We've made fertilizer, and I planted a tree. And I've received a green toe ring. That's an interesting thing. Let's look at the me. Nothing on the feet other than the shoes. Only fully bonded accessories. Can green toe ring. Brooch of the Gatherer. Only way I can put it on is to move a thing here. I don't know, if I take that off, I can then put that there. There we go. Bind accessory. Yes, that's good. I'm fine with that. We'll bind the earring of the will. And let's put on the green toe wing. Yep. Okay, increases my harvest yield. There we go. I have a new piece of jewelry that does an interesting thing. And I have a new seed. So, I've only got the one pineapple, but now that I've got the pineapple, I can buy pineapple seeds from Igrork. Is this not true? Well, nice of him. Let's see. Pineapple. I'm going to take as much as I can. Exchange. There we go. Alright, and I'm also going to grab the teff seeds, because I'm not going to find any wild around here. The rest of this I can find out in the wild. I don't need to buy. Okay. What have I got going? Gift from Vor. Oh, shoot, I never collected that. And view idea, I need fur to develop this idea. Let me check on, well, they're out here somewhere. Who knows where. Oh, I need to do a lot. I need to do really a lot. Why don't we first... It's noon. Let's go do the forest and maybe see about some flint. Yeah, she's kind of hardcore. The Mograni in general are a little hardcore for my tastes, but you know. There's yeah, the Mograni are camped here today. Aha, Vala. And Took. Oh, I mean, it really depends on the size of the fish. There are some fish that it's, yeah, you could just swallow the whole thing and not even bother with, I mean, anybody who's ever eaten a sardine, you pop it in your mouth and pull it out with the tail and take the meat off as it goes by. You know. There we go. Found the right tool. Focusing on gatherable resources partly, and partly on poking further into this cave. There's a couple of places I can go. I can go here, which brings me up to Owl, whom I don't have stuff for yet. I gotta figure, I've completely spaced on looking that up. But then there's also, let's see. That's how it came in, isn't it? I really can't go any further until I do the thing with Owl. Okay. That's a pity. I'd hoped there was more. But I loaded up on Flint anyway. Let's bounce out of here. Grab the sweet potato seeds. Any seed I don't have to pay for at this stage of the game. Take a quick trip down the riverbank. And we'll go hang out, go whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on. There we go. True. Oh, look. There we go. Have additional tool belts. Let's go check the beach and see what... Oh, hi, look, a date. And a dateable NPC and his parents. Okay, let's run the trees here. Here's another date. Working on getting my knowledge of the particular tree fruit up. There we go. Date palm is now at a 2. Fantastic. Oh, Willemist, you have landed with a flumph. Hopefully a reasonably comfortable flumph. And not so much of a splat, you know? Okay, getting dark, time to head in. Quite comfortable. Good to know. Off we go, up this way, and up this way, and I'll stop off and grab a few tomato seeds. It's 9 o'clock, everybody's gonna be gone to bed by now. Oh no, not everybody. Oh hi, look, here's Voda. And over here is Mana and Garrick. Ooh. Yeah, won't make that mistake again. Let's see, I want to drop in a bunch of stuff here. Okay, there we are. Drop in all that. Okay. I want to reorganize my tool wheel here. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Got that reorganized. This is doing just fine here. Don't worry about that. Alright, seed bag's good. Let's go back around to here. And 10:35 p.m. Do you want to save and go to sleep? Hydrate. They're working on the wolves pond. Hurrah! About time the wolves got something out of this. Wolves are an important part of the community. Do not forget that. It's... Alright. Off we go. Pig. Oh. Got to have the milking pail. There we go. There we go. Get that cleaned up. And into the composter. Ooh. Want to make a few more alas so that next year, during the winter, basically I'm going to rebuild the field to focus around the ala and leverage what irrigation I have available until Garrett comes up with the big one. Okay, yesterday we did the forest. Today, let's go do the savannah. I'm gonna go talk with people here first. Grub is one that I don't spend enough effort on usually, and I really have got to make sure. Oh, bother, and I forgot to do this. Zeta brought me some wild lentils. Much appreciated. And yeah, we want the wolves to have easy access to fresh water. That's really reasonable. I need to go unload before I go out to the savannah. Just looked at my inventory and went, whoa! Okay, got a tomato. Got a better quality tomato. And we're getting good quality eggplants now. And the Ibex milk is still kind of, but whatever. Okay, and toss in the eggplants. There we go. Keep the wild lentils. Can't grow lentils yet. I don't think that's one I can grow. I think that's one I think the only way I can get lentils is by trading for wild ones. Alright, let's see what we've got going on the savannah today. One of the things this game teaches you is that there is a wealth of stuff out there if you know how to forage for it. Learning how to forage, even in an urban environment, can be really important. We moved into one apartment and we're very excited because there was a mulberry tree out back. The landlord was like, yeah, it makes a hell of a mess every spring. We said, not this spring. We put down tarps and kids climbed up in the tree and shook branches, and we did that a few times, and we made mulberry jam from the mulberries in our backyard, and that was really a very cool thing. That was while living in Chicago. So yeah, harvesting mulberries from an urban source. We were very pleased with that. Thought it was a great lesson for the kids and nothing else. And we were thoroughly into the homeschooling thing by that point. And yeah, learning experiences are a thing. No, we're not learning math today. We're learning how to harvest mulberries and make them into jam. This is a useful skill. Mm-hmm. 4:00 p.m. I have rather a lot of... Oh, hello, Crawl. I need to swing down here, see if... I haven't seen Ada lately. I gotta make sure I talk with her. Oh, Lord, that kid. Oh, and here's somebody else I ought to check in with. And over here, somebody else I need to check in with. Okay. Goodness. Trying to keep up with the social thing can be exhausting. Even just in a game here. Okay. Yeah. I got a little time. Let's swing over this way and see. Oh, hi. Good. Met up with Jizu. Wait, was that Dari? No, but that is still someone I want to speak with. There we go. Move on. Let's see if there's anything. What's this? Oh, okay. Didn't resolve properly. First. I am having a lot of anxiety over an upcoming medical procedure. I'm going to have cataract surgery, which is at this point an outpatient procedure. You go in and they spend spend a bunch of time on the prep, and then the actual procedure takes about 20 minutes to pop. Basically, they use an ultrasound tool to pop the lens out of your eye and slide in a prosthetic lens, and then they tape your eyes shut so that it doesn't dry out until the anesthetic wears off. While you wait for the anesthetic to wear off, the anesthetic that they use interferes with blinking, and they don't want your eye to dry out. Once the anesthetic's worn off, you take the tape off, and you're done. Then you got a few days of adjusting to having a new lens. The fact that it's done as an outpatient procedure, I really don't want to be there for that. And it's giving me some anxiety. But if I don't get it done, my vision's just going to get worse. Things left unattended generally go from bad to worse. This is known. All right, let's see. Give me the axe. Let's work on some of this wood here. Just kind of generally working on this field. I need to clear the entire thing, and yeah. Then there's the exasperating part that stuff comes back. Okay, it's 10 o'clock at night. I need to quit farting around up here. I'm getting useful work done, but it's mainly to burn off stamina. Not blow it off, but burn it off and use it up before I renew it. Here we go. Okay, we'll finish Wolf's Pond. I contributed 240 points worth of stuff. Not average for right now. We have something happening. It is competition day. The clan has left early for the festival. Join them at the beach before sunset. Well, that shouldn't be too difficult. Let's get started. New idea, tracking the days of our lives. Clan is prospering. They've built a pond for the wolves. Jin has a new idea. I need to talk with him, but it's not going to happen today. And, oh Lord, Nox sent me potato salad. Livestock do not know about festival days, and they do not care. It's not part of their lives. You must tend your livestock every day, regardless of what else is going on. I've talked about it before, but at one point, I lived on an actual farm. We were trying very hard to oh, hey! My amaranth knowledge just went up. Yay! Got a teff here. I got a teff right here. It's not gonna work. Okay, knock that off. Let's put in a butternut squash. And survey real quick. We've still got a bit more amaranth to pick. And is that a strawberry or something? It looks like a strawberry. There we go. Got some strawberries. Got some eggplants. Okay. Oh, and we got honey. There we go. Got a wild honey. Spiffy. Some of the stuff is legitimate. Oh, I overloaded my inventory. There are... If you are on a farm, there are things you must do every day, regardless of what else is going on. Goodness, I got a lot to drop in here. Wowzers. Got a row and a half of stuff there. We just got started with this agriculture thing, and I'm already bringing in all this food and stuff. It's really nice. Yeah, unfortunately, we had to sell the farm in order to escape Tennessee and be able to move to the Pacific Northwest. It also cut a tie to that part of the country that we really needed to sever for kind of Zen attachment reasons, kind of a Buddhist thing in a way. There were attachments we had to clear in order to be able to come out here. Okay, it is racing day. I need to go to the competition day. I need to go to the beach. Let's go drop off whatever this is that I'm carrying. I think sesame, yeah. Drop off the sesame. Oh, hey, Jag's here. Yeah, why don't we walk there together? That sounds good. Okay, competition day. This is the first time we've seen competition day this season. Alrighty, we have choose a team. You can choose Team Dilrod or choose Team Mana. Absolutely. Okay, going around and talking with some people. I'll bet she does. And Garrick, you should get to know and much better. Oh, hi! We have a new character, Sarah of the Yakuans. Sorry, honey. Uh-oh, she's playing Bones, isn't she? Yeah. Oh my. Askel from the Mograni. Nice to meet you. In person. Yes, it is. This is the character I've been waiting for. There he is. Hurrah. Now I gotta get to know him. Oh boy, here's this guy. Yeah, it's too bad you're here, asswipe. You gotta get over this shit. Took brought me along, alright. Good for you, Took. Mm-hmm. I'm Pelek. My uncle Kocha brought me along. Well, on that little island. Yeah, I gotta talk with Uncle Kocha. I haven't been out to the island here. Let's go out here. Meeting a lot of new people. Oh, hi, Ash. We'll be seeing Ash a lot. Oh, Mary's telling the story. Do you want to hear how Rhino got his horn? Yes, we do. There was a time when the totems had drifted apart, long before humans walked these lands. One lonely night, Rhino looked to the stars. Where is everyone, he asked. They have forgotten what binds them together, Pacha answered. Gather the others to have a festival in my honor. Not unlike today, Rhino hosted an extravagant feast with lots of games. And there we see some of the others, Wolf and Monkey and Owl. The guests laughed and ate and had a wonderful time. After everyone left, Rhino looked at the stars once again. Thank you, Mother. It was a wonderful day. Dear child, she said, I had nothing to do with that. She reached down from the sky and touched Rhino's nose, leaving behind a big, beautiful horn. The next time you look to the stars with your questions, I want you to see that the answer may lie with you already. Ooh, Javi the Yakuan Shaper. And here's Uncle Kocha. I'm Kocha from the Yakuans. This is Uncle Lero. I mean, this is just flatly Uncle Lero. All right. That's everybody. We've met all these new characters, including one that I'm hoping to be able to date at some point. I gotta open the Neuron is right. Teddy is a little too fast. Once the way to the Mugrani homeland is open and I can travel there, which will happen, that's part of the new content. Alright, let's go speak with Ter, and let's do a practice. Alright, that's what we want. There we go. Let's do this. Yes. This is the last event of the festival. Yes, I've already spoken with everybody, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we got a big crowd now. Splat! Ha ha ha! Okay, festival over, we head home. Find ourselves back. Okay, no, I don't want to go fishing right now. Let's head on back. Alright. It is late. Very late. See if we can go to sleep. We're going to be making a fishing spot. Ooh, almost 400 this time. There we go. That helps. Alright, coming up toward the end of summer. Coming up toward the end of summer, going to be hitting it into fall. Ooh, a rain. No watering today. Which is good news and bad news. It also means... Let's go do the livestock first. Let the sun come up a bit. Kind of dim out here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, light levels coming up. Check on the animals. You need to be shorn, and let's just find that and do the thing, and that gets me a fur, which gets me that much closer. Ostriches do not actually make a noise like that, which is a pity. Okay, there's a guanaco fur. And saving that up to give to Knock. I have another one here. I want to put that in here as well. Okay. Now we go tend the garden. Now that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, we got... Alrighty. Let us know over here, and I'm going to plant more butternut squash because it'll carry over into the next season. Okay, yeah, we're about to lose all these tomatoes. Let's see. All right. Let's get Jin's idea into motion here. Oh, I'm in the wrong tent, but okay. Beets can be very tasty if prepared correctly. What if we had a centralized way to track the days for a whole year? We'd never miss a birthday again. Stone and flint. I need stone and flint. I knew I was going to need flint. Let's do it. And okay, we already spoke with her. Whoops. Hey, Buak. Damn it. Buak. There we go. Thank you. Stone and flint. How much of each? He needs 10 flint and 30 stone. Easy. Okay, let's remember to hit that the right direction. And grab and drop it on there, and that gets me way more than I need. And there'll be a little overage. Not a problem. I'm not going to waste time rounding it off. I'll just throw it back in later. Onward. Let's get this idea working. Goodness. People have piled in here. Do. Okay, Jen is now working on the calendar. Coming up with some way to organize our days a little better and our ability to keep track of things like people's birthday. You know, that's pretty important. Extra food. Let's go to the savannah. Probably should go to the cave and replenish the flint that I just used, but it can wait for another day. Not a huge deal. I'm gonna go to the savannah. Let's just do the rounds and see. I'm kind of hoping to get my olives knowledge up a bit here before the end of the season. Remember where everything is. You know, I need to go here and grab these 2 chili seeds and then head north. See if there's anything on the fruit trees. Blooms. It's always nice, but okay. Guanaco's at these trees. Nothing here. It's here recently. The mint hasn't really regrown much. There are other trees to hit going this way. Think a second here about where I'm going. There. Aha! Got an almond. An almond is also a useful thing. 2 almond. Hurrah! Alright. That's all I'm going to get out here. I have not tried this. Can't cut that tree. Need a stronger tool for this. That's an interesting thing to see. 4 horns. I missed my turn. Okay, that's wood. Need a stronger tool for that. All right. I've got a lot of stamina here. Let's work on the fish thing. Oh, I discovered a new fish. Gyrotis. Red eye, another new fish. 7:20 p.m. I got time to make a fourth fish here. Let's see. Oh, well, that's a familiar one. Okay, cool. 4 fish. Fish. And fish. There we go. 4 fish on the smoker. Getting late. No, I don't want to dance. Not right now. I want to chop down this tree, because that will use up a bunch of stamina and give me hardwood. There we go. Somebody I don't run into often enough. Hydrate. Okay, that brought me back that and that. And no. Mint. Go in here. The almond, I'll go in tomorrow, and that's to it. Roll 'em, Sylvester. 229. Good enough. Ada's little bottle of oil is going to be just as haunting as the one in the frogs, I think. Alright, what do we got here? Got eggplant, tomato. Whoops. Shoot, I just cut something down. Damn it. Carrying the full axe instead of the hand axe. And yeah, that didn't go well. Let's let's put a squash on there. There we are. Doggos woo woo. I suspect spouse may be returning. Dog generally only makes that kind of a noise when her pack leader returns. It's very excited. Oops. Okay. Watering all done. Off we go to the bin. Let's talk with Zulk and see what he's got. He has dried yark, an ostrich feather, some wild pineapple, gold, mint, butternut squash seeds, wild alma wine, and quality compost. The gold seems like it could be real damn useful, but trying to get doesn't. What's happened here? The game just froze up. Something happened. That was weird. The game stalled out there. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not gonna mess with that. Let's go. Something happened. Made me nervous. Alright, I need to load flint. I traded off a lot of flint to get some stuff done, and now I need to go get more. See if we meet up with anyone in the forest today. A pity there's not more use for pine cones. They are such a prevalent resource. Food is a shared experience. You know, I cannot know what it is like to be of a different culture, but I can share the experience of that culture to some extent through their cuisine. Lunch today, I went out do a couple of errands, and so everything revolves around Capitol Mall on this side of town. There is a branch of the library in the mall. All sorts of things going on, and in that area, I needed to go to Target, so I took the bus, walked down the hill, across the flat, up the hill to the bus stop, took the bus to Capitol Mall, by which time I was hungry, and so I stopped in the food court at Momo King. Now, Momo King specializes in Nepali cuisine, and specifically momo, which are kind of like bao. They're dumplings, and they are steamed or fried. I had the chicken momo in butter sauce, which was basically a butter chicken type sauce, sort of thing you would get similar, but to what you might get at an Indian restaurant, but sweeter and spiced a bit differently. I mean, it's Nepali, it's not Indian. With about a dozen of these dumplings floating in it, and it was a massive amount of food. Really good. But, yeah, the girl behind the counter asked if I wanted to get a side of rice with it, and I deferred on that. It seemed like maybe a bit much, and it would have been too much for one person. But if my wife and I went there and we got an order of the butter chicken momo and a side of rice, we would have enough food for 2 people. With the rice as an extender and to soak up, I mean, there was an awful lot of the butter chicken sauce left. Yeah, the rice would have soaked that up, and yeah, definitely got to go back. There is a lot more variety to Asian cuisine here. It's not just generic Americanized Chinese. I have a feeling it has to do with his missing eye. You know, the fact that I can go to the mall and get Nepali food at the food court, just that's a thing. Well, there she is. Hi, Ada. Garrick is really smart, yes. Oh, let's see. I need to do some things. Okay, there's all that done. Let's see what else I've got. I've still got a little bit of stamina. Let's take these 4 wild pomegranates here out and juice them. Hmm. Hmm. No, not where I wanted to put that. There we go. Okay, that's piling up nicely, really. Get it all made up into wild pomegranate wine, which will then make wild pomegranate vinegar, and that will be very good for pickling once we have the process down. Oh, hi, Crack. Oh, we already spoke today. Okay, never mind. Whoops. No, I was trying to get to the tomato seeds, honestly. 630 out of stamina. Don't really want to go getting into my food supply right now. Let's pop down to the beach for just a second. Make a quick foraging sweep and see what all I can come up with. Fair amount of stuff here, actually, in just very short order. Most of which will end up in the bin and get me points toward things like more seeds. Getting a house. My house expanded. Okay, onward. At some point I'm gonna want to get my house expanded. Okay, 9:25, that's in a reasonable time. Let's go on and do the go to sleep thing. We'll start working on fishing spot, and we got 391 today, and I forgot the fish. That's okay, they'll be fine. They'll just go in today. Say hi to Bun. See what's going on here. Gift from Acre. Ooh, Flint. And Jen's got an idea, and Fur and Illo want to set up an area for fish processing. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Oh, and it's raining. Getting down toward the end of summer here. Not the tool I wanted. There we go. There we are. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of strawberries coming in. This is good. Whoops, careful. No, those are chilies. Okay, I'll take it. Plant knowledge has increased, and that it was what was important here. Where's my cursor? Here's my cursor. On the wrong screen. Bip, bip, bip. We'll put those in, switch back to this. Work our way across, see what else we have. We have sweet potatoes. 4 sweet potatoes. And we're out of room in the inventory, so off we go. Ooh, okay. Bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff. Whole mess of Messerschmitts. Line from an old World War II Daffy Duck cartoon. They turned Daffy Duck loose on the Nazis. That might have been a war crime. You know, it's like airdropping Ryan Reynolds. And nothing else is going to annoy them batshit. Okay. XXX. Boom, boom, boom. Pop, pop, pop. There we go. Look at all this stuff coming in. Oh my goodness. Okay, rainy day, and Jen wanted to talk. We have a plan for tracking the days. We're going to update the sundial. Mary will consult the stars and I'll move stuff around for her. It's going to be great. All right. We'll see how this works. Okay. Yeah. On second thought, I don't like fishing. Yeah. Oh, I got a cutscene. Who have I got a cutscene with? I'm with Ibon. Ibon's got a drum and seems to be really digging it. What are you doing out in this weather? I thought everyone would be inside listening to Gelrod. I just couldn't do it. I'm sick of being stuck in the cold dark of his shadow. Out here I'm just cold. You should perform for everyone. I'm glad you think so. I doubt anybody else would, but I don't know. I guess even being in Gelrod's shadow can't be much worse than being soaked. Let's go. We go in, there's a big dance going on, Gelrod's playing. Gelrod says, "What should I play next?" Ibon puts down a drum and says, "I'll play." Vor says, "But," Ada says, "Awesome." Thank you, Ada. Vor says, "Yep, awesome." Follow Ada's lead. She's got a beat. And we all dance. Gelrod says, "That was amazing." Ibon says, "You really think so?" Illo says, "Absolutely. You're so good." Ibon's like, "Wow." Thanks. Ada says, let's hear some more. Garrick says, that had to be the most interesting beat I've ever heard. Ivan says, I don't know what to say. Gerard says, you don't have to say anything, just play. Ivan says, all right. Gerard says, but, can I join you? Ivan says, sure. And hey, we have dance music. There we go. Ivan's finally found her thing. Oh, yes, thank you. Fantastic. Yeah, Akka plays drums. There's room for more than one drummer in the clan. Come on. Is the storyline in this kind of set, or is it procedural? It's pretty much set. There's not a procedurally generated thing, but there are so many cutscenes that it's hard to say when you're going to hit any of them, and you know, I'd really have to like almost use a spreadsheet to keep track of the trigger conditions for all of them and so forth, and so you get a somewhat different story based on what character development you end up unlocking. The main story is set, and there is, yeah, you'll see. It takes a while to develop. It is 3:55. I have nothing I want to drop off in the bin. Everything that I have, I want to take and put in my house, and take this and go put it in there. Go. Let's get a wine going. And we have herbs, and we have dang it, I thought I hit the, there we go. Okay, loading up on the flint, good. Let's go to the jungle today. Haven't been there in a bit, and it's probably worth it. The new release that I'm playing, the 1.3 release, added some new cutscenes and some new bits of story here and there. There's a whole thing now with Voda because she became romanceable, and so there's an expanded storyline with her, so on and so forth. What have we got going up here? Where am I in terms of, okay, most of these are at 2. Like shearing animals here. I haven't gotten horses yet, and I haven't done breeding. Gotta go through an entire year to get some of these. Yeah, working on a bunch of this stuff. This one is about to happen. Jen's having it built, and I have not put in a hay barn yet. I have not ridden, and I have not raced, and I've got to do both of those to finish that. Which means I'm about to designate my mount. Because why not? Okay, I now have a riding ostrich. When it comes time for this, I will be riding an ostrich. Okay, 7:30. I think what I'm going to do is just go up here and go do a little land clearing. Easier if I use the multi-tool. Not as efficient, but not as concerned about efficiency right now. Coconut. One last item for the bin. One last item. Yep. There we go. That's going to be a big one. go on and get this day turned and find out what all I get for that. Yes, let's do this. Hydrate. Clan will finish the fishing spot. I broke 1,000. 1069, nice. I broke 1,000. Hot diggity. Good morning, Bun. Teddy has given me dried fish. Bernillo have made it easier for the clan to process fish. Crawl has finished building the sundial, and I'm still trying to get enough fur to help Knock with his idea. Whoa. My pig grew up. Does pig need a particular thing? Do I need to... Yes, I do. Pig needed to be groomed in about 6 days. Okay, cool. Okay, Piggeroony has produced... Whoops. Boar fur. Bum, bum, bum. Here's wine. Go have a look here at what we got going with what I can harvest. Then we'll worry about watering. Okay. Yeah, getting better quality amaranth at least. Okay, move on. Fill this. Oh, and I'm tapped. Oh, hi. I gotta come back and collect that, whatever it is. Sweet potato, I think. Dang it, not where... There we go. Couldn't get it lined up right. More frustrating. Okay. Move on. Ooh, ow. Oh, there we go. Bunches of stuff. Bunches of stuff. Just all sorts of good things coming in. And got some sweet potatoes. Oh, hey, Toka's coming by. Drop that off. Go talk with Ibon. I need to look at what all I'm carrying around. Some of this needs to be checked in here. There we go. I'm going to check in the extra food as well. Okay, it is coming up to the end of summer. Going to grab the citronella while I can. Swing by the beach. One last run here before the end of the season. Dates there. I want to go out to the savannah and swing through, do a forage run if I can. On and hit as much as I can before the end of the season. It's tomorrow. Or tonight, anyway. Alright, that's a lot. I'm hoping. Well, not going to get a level up on dates from this trip, but I got closer to it, and that counts. Any progress is good progress. I'm wondering if these trees might yield something next season. And they're blooming now in preparation for that. Well, there we go. Got an olive tree and got my olive knowledge up to 2, at which point I can get ripe olives. Decently edible ones. Okay, I think this is about the best I'm going to do here. I'm not going to be able to hit everything. I am going to try fishing here and just see what I get. I've not been that avid a fisher in previous games, and there are achievements for getting all the species and so forth. Dang it! This little bugger is a tough one. Serrato, a new fish. That was a tough little bugger. How about you? You're one I've already seen before. Okay, that's a ruscus. Let's go for one more fish. It's only 20 after 7. Oh, bugger. Four fish? Can it do 4 fish? There we go. I have a torch and it never goes out. Sorry about the Morrissey reference. He's kind of a shit. But, yeah, the music occasionally comes up in my head. There we go. Drop those in. I will start getting better olives at this point, which means I can make higher quality olive oil. Herbs away here. Get me one of these. Get it started in there. No, honey. Not what I wanted. Thank you. There we go. And do you want to save and go to sleep? Can't control the brain in that regard. I still get Bill Cosby routines in my head. Yeah. That's part of my childhood. 610. 610. 13,231 total. And we are rolling forward into fall. Except It's going to be next week when that happens because we have reached the top of the hour and it is time to close out here. Thank you so very much for being with me here tonight. If you have enjoyed this stream, my previous Roots of Pacha streams are on YouTube at the URL in the lower right of your screen. There's also rather a lot of Minecraft and some other games there as well. The truck community schedule, the streaming community schedule is in the upper left. There's quite a lot going on throughout the week. Various things happening. This past week we had Monster Hunter Rise and Kirby and Donkey Kong Bonanza and all sorts of fun stuff. Lots of things happening in the community. Check the schedule out, it's there. I will be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time, with more Roots of Pacha, and we will start the fall of year one next week. A whole new season, new crops to discover, new field arrangement maybe. We'll see what happens. Before then, I will be back on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time with Minecraft Trains and Tech. I've been doing a long dive with immersive geology, which replaces the standard Minecraft ore generation system with more realistic ore generation, and then builds off of immersive engineering for a retro tech metals processing experience. It is bringing real world metal processing into Minecraft. Fun stuff. So, 8 a.m. Saturday for Minecraft, 6 p.m. Sunday for Roots of Pacha, and other people streaming throughout the week. Thank you so very much for having been here, and until we meet again, safe journeys